Okay. See, this is what I'm saying. Okay. If our ancestors came from Africa and they were living off the land, free as whatever, however, the story was told, if they were brought into shackles and then given shacks or uh shacks or however, wouldn't they be living off the land in America as well? Wouldn't they have the same um skills that they had in Africa? So to say that they couldn't feed themselves and they were just starving isn't can't be completely true, because if they were had sandals in Africa, that would mean they would know how to make sandals in America. If they were making the clothes, or if they were picking the cotton, that would mean they would know how to make the clothes themselves. Or if they didn't have a mentality of, if they weren't didn't have a mentality of clothes and shoes and stuff, if the shoes were worn out, that would mean they didn't have a understand the value of shoes. So they just wore them because they wore them with holes in them because they were used to not wearing shoes in the first place. So in a to view it as they were suffering and struggling can't be completely true. If you look through it through a lens of Jesus, which is what we need to start doing, and write it more accurately this way, instead of all of the emotion that's been brought to it that's been hindering us due to the propaganda of the people that deciphered the history or interpreted the history wrong. When they didn't look through it, they were looking through it through a lens of man's eye, which is, oh, they have this and we don't have it, instead of the Jesus's eye, which is, you do have, and this is what you've came from, instead of, oh, they were just treating us like stock because we're all still stock. That's just the language. Instead of treating, or they were just treating us like cattle, when the if you think objectively, if I have the brain to breed this person with this person and have this attribute could go well with this attribute, the individual that is of the lower IQ doesn't have the emotional connection that was developed by the hierarchy that is aware of this emotional connection. To think that they were just selling kids off would also have to attach an emotional element to the situation rather than objectively. So you had to be taught, maybe you had to be taught family, maybe you had to be taught these things. It can't be both things. It can't be that we taught the Europeans clothes in Africa and we didn't come from nothing. It can't be both. Like, I'm not from Morocco. I don't believe um I'm not Moorish. So to say that they taught the European things and whatever, what I've come to believe is that we've been teaching each other stuff along the way. Like how we are doing today. I believe is the same way we conducted ourselves one person had lower IQ, taught the person um, probably some fleshly things, and the person that had the higher IQ taught the person the higher perspective. So along these sorts of thought processes that are completely organized. So yeah, thinking through this, we gotta sell our story way better than how it was presented to us, because we have an idea of, well, I'm gonna say I don't want to keep selling the same story that they sold us, because to say that them children were suffering rather than being developed is two different stories, and two different ways to look at it. So yeah, um, in 2026 or 2010, the beheading of American citizens is brutal. That's not how we behave anymore. So yeah, you gotta have more reasoning behind your. You have to have more values than that going into the future. So yes, this is the United States at last.